For the 20th time in NBA history, we're headed to a Game 7 in the finals, and it didn't come easy. The Indiana Pacers, backs against the wall and season teetering on the edge, delivered a defensive clinic in Game 6, suffocating the Oklahoma City Thunder 108-91 and dragging this heavyweight showdown into a final. Winner-takes-all battle. On a night when they needed to be perfect, the Pacers were surgical. With a defensive effort that bordered on ferocious, Indiana forced Oklahoma City to unravel in ways we haven't seen all season. The Thunder, one of the league's most dynamic offenses, looked stunned and shackled. And it all started with effort, intensity, and a relentless will to survive. Through 5 games, OKC had dominated key stretches with fluid offense and clutch shooting. But in Game 6, the script flipped entirely. For the first 3 quarters, they failed to score more than a point per possession, a staggering collapse for a team that had averaged 116.3 points per game during the playoffs. Even when the Thunder's deep bench made the score look slightly more respectable in garbage time, it couldn't mask the reality. This was their worst offensive performance of the season. Hands everywhere, Pacers turned defense into chaos. It wasn't just about holding OKC to 91 points. It was the way Indiana dismantled them. Their hands were everywhere. Deflections, steals, tips, disruptions. The Thunder entered the series as the league's most active defensive unit with 21.4 deflections per game. But in Game 6, the Pacers stole that identity and turned it against them. The Pacers racked up 21 deflections to OKC's 12, their largest advantage of the series. Tyrese Haliburton and TJ McConnell, often criticized for defensive shortcomings, combined for 8 of those. But it wasn't just quantity, it was impact. A prime example. Midway through the first quarter, McConnell baited Jalen Williams into a careless outlet pass and pounced like a hawk, deflecting the ball and igniting a fast break that ended with an Obi Toppin triple. Just like that, the Pacers were off and running. Later, with the Thunder threatening to regain momentum, Haliburton struck. Trailing a play after a missed shot, he didn't retreat. Instead, he shadowed Jalen Williams, sniffed out a lazy pass to Lou Dort, and pounced. 1 deflection, 1 steal, and a thunderous Pascal Siakam dunk later. The Pacers had reasserted control. And the crowd exploded. Indiana generated 32 transition points in Game 6, more than they had in any previous finals game. That kind of output doesn't happen without disruption, and the Pacers turned chaos into currency. Stifling the MVP, Shai feels the heat. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the newly minted MVP, looked mortal. Indiana's strategy was clear: double him early and often, and it worked. While the Thunder had previously torched the Pacers when SGA was doubled, 82 points on 7-2 opportunities, Game 6 was different. This time, Indiana's rotations were tighter, their traps more aggressive, and their timing impeccable. Every time Shai tried to isolate Andrew Nembhard, he found another Pacers defender sliding into the frame. In one second-quarter sequence, Nembhard funneled SGA into the paint only for McConnell to strip him clean from the blind side. Later, a Nesmith double forced a lazy pass that Indiana easily picked off. The result? SGA committed 8 turnovers, tying a career high and more than he had in his previous 44 playoff games combined. Oklahoma City as a team coughed it up 21 times, and with Indiana winning the offensive rebounding battle 11-4, they enjoyed a whopping 18 more scoring chances. The Thunder couldn't capitalize when SGA passed out of double teams. Often, the ball never even got out. Indiana turned him into a one-man puzzle with no pieces. Thunder collapse, self-destruction, and missed chances. Some of the damage was self-inflicted. Whether it was poor spacing, impatient drives, or simply questionable decisions, the Thunder sabotaged their own cause. Early in the third, down by 22, they had a golden chance to spark a comeback when Siakam was slow to get up, giving OKC a 5-on-4 advantage. But instead of working the ball for a clean look, Chet Holmgren went ISO against Miles Turner. Turner won that battle, blocked a follow-up layup, and extinguished any momentum OKC might have built. Other moments were similarly maddening. SGA's first turnover came when he tried to split a trap that wasn't there, something that had worked in previous games, but not against Turner and Nembhard's wall. The Thunder's offense, so free-flowing earlier in the series, stagnated into isolation-heavy possessions and forced drives. Over 6 games, Indiana has now thrown 718 more passes than OKC. While ball movement doesn't guarantee points, that gap tells a story. One team is sharing, moving, and creating. The other is grinding gears. The final chapter awaits. This series has flipped expectations on its head.